Intercession forces beat back the Legionary operatives on Osiris. As Legionary forces make a hasty retreat, veteran Guardsmen are sent in to secure the area and clean up the slop. Orbital bombardments are set to continue with no end in sight. Stay tuned as MGM presents the Osiris Conflict.
Alright, welcome back to MGM, a great place for casual gaming. Today we have the veteran Guardsmen of Outpost 266 and a revamped Legionary force looking to tangle. The campaign table shows the Guardsmen at 1, 2, and 1, while the Legionary team lost their debut game against the Intercession squad. The Guardsmen are led by a sergeant with plasma pistol and power weapon. They have a bevy of operatives, including a bruiser, comms, flamer, grenade launcher, melta, and more. They have 4 additional troopers supporting them, all with hotshot capacitor packs. The hardened veteran has a hotshot capacitor pack as well, and they are looking to meet up against the Legionary forces with a chosen with plasma pistol. They have a butcher with aggression stimulants, a gunner with a melta gun, heavy gunner with a Reaper chain cannon and suspensor system. They have an icon bearer with tainted rounds and a shrivel talon. These operatives have pledged allegiance to Nurgle. Today we're going to be playing Domination, and operatives will be able to perform a mission action to claim ground if they're within 2 inches of an objective. From that point on, the objective marker is claimed, and at the end of each turning point, you'll score victory points if 2 or more objective markers are claimed by your kill team, if more objective markers are claimed by your kill team than your opponent, and you can score 1 VP for each objective marker in your opponent's drop zone that is claimed by your kill team. For secondaries, the Guardsmen get Hold the Line, Damage Limitation, and Stand Fast. Legionary forces ended up with the Challenge, Deadly Marksman, and Rob and Ransack. In the scouting phase, the Guardsmen selected Fortify, dropping an additional Barricade, while the Legionary forces selected Infiltrate. We certainly appreciate you watching. If you have any questions, feel free to let us know down in the comments below. We are playing on one of my favorite mats today, which is a skirmish mat. I'll put a link for them down in the description as well. Turn 1 is coming up next. And with turn 1 approaching, the Guardsmen will play Hold Position, a Guardsman order. The Legionary will take Malicious Volleys with Favor to the Dark Gods. The Guardsmen elect to activate 2 of their troopers, sending 1 to the top to a vantage point. The other trooper activation is going to claim an objective. We're going to move this guy out of the way. He's going to claim the objective and then move up into some cover. Over for the Legionary, the icon bearer is going to activate. He is going to switch to an engage order. Legionary forces did select Infiltrate as their scouting maneuver. He fires with his bolter. It is 4 shots on 3s, targeting one of the troopers that has an engage order in cover. The shots have tainted rounds, and it's enough to eliminate the trooper. The icon bearer then elects to claim the objective, and he is going to move out of line of sight. Back to the Guardsmen, one of the veteran troopers will activate, claiming an objective and then moving forward. He does have an engage order. With his other trooper friend incapacitated, we move back to the Legionary. We do have a move and a dash with a conceal order. The comms trooper is then going to move, and he is going to give an extra APL over to the gunner with a grenade launcher. The Chosen claims Objective 1 and then uses a move to go forward into cover, staying concealed. The gunner with a grenade launcher is going to take a chance here, uses his free action point to move. He will then dash for his second, and with his third, from the comms trooper, he's going to fire his grenade launcher. He loads a crack grenade and misses with everything. The Legionary then send their heavy gunner forward. He does use a dash as well to get on top of the vantage point, and potentially a mistake here, as he did come into sight of the sniper. He can't use the floor as cover. The sniper hits on all 4, just needing 2s. Saves are made, 2 are failed, a CP reroll comes out, 2 will be blocked. With 3 mortal wounds and 6 damage, he goes down to 3 wounds, becoming injured. As we move back to the Legionary forces, they send their gunner with a melta gun forward with a conceal order, staying in cover. The spotter then elects to fire with his mortar. This is 5 shots on 4s, and they are again targeting the heavy gunner for the Legionary forces. He can fire from concealment and lands enough to take the operative out of action with some failed save rolls. And that appears to be a massive blunder by the Legionary forces. They will activate next, sending their Shrivel Talon forward. The hardened veteran is going to shuffle over, staying concealed and in cover. With no overwatch opportunities for the Legionary, we stay with the Guard. We do have a pass from one of their operatives. The Bruiser is going to move forward just slightly. The Flamer is going to shuffle to the left, staying in cover and concealed. The Medic is going to stay concealed as well, following up behind them. The Sergeant with Plasma Gun is just going to shuffle over to the window, but staying concealed in heavy cover. As turn 1 comes to a close, both forces will score 1 on the primary for controlling 2 objectives. Legionary forces did lose their heavy gunner as he attempted to get into a position to overwatch and fire on the next turn. That will limit what they can do from their secondaries, as that fighter was their deadly marksman and marked for challenge against the enemy sniper. Turn 2 priority rolls go over to the Guardsman. With strategic ploys played, the gunner with a grenade takes a shot. He's going to hit on 3 of these. They use a CP reroll to get a crit out there as well. It is AP1. One of these saves can be retained as a critical. There will be 6 damage with mutagenic flesh. As the grenade launcher moved back, the Butcher announces a charge, getting into engagement range of 3 enemy operatives. The double-handed chain axe is 4 attacks on 4s. He's targeting the Bruiser and does not allow for assists. He also gets rerolls. There's a critical and a regular out there. The Bruiser hits back, 3 attacks on 3, a good roll. The Butcher's critical hits him for 7 though, taking him out of action and causing 2 mortal wounds to fighters around him. The Guard then take control of a Trooper veteran who moves onto a vantage point to fire his last gun. 4 attacks on 4s results in 2 hits. He did overcharge the last gun for AP1. Mutagenic flesh offsets the hotshot capacitor for 4 total damage. The second Trooper activates, moving forward into a firing position. He will also target the Shrivel Talon. Combined Arms was played to generate a reroll. With his overcharge, that will result in 4 more wounds. The Shrivel Talon becomes injured, and he reacts by flipping to an engage and charging with the Guardsman. He has 5 attacks on 4s with lethal 5, and he does get a reroll here with a CP. The Trooper veteran fights back, gets 2 hits of his own. He hits the Guardsman for 3, the Guardsman stabs back for 3 of his own. The Legionary then parries out his last hit. As we move back to the veteran Guardsman, the comms specialist activates, gives an extra APL, and then moves into cover. He does flip to a conceal order. The Chosen then activates, he elects to claim the objective, and he is going to hold firm where he is with a conceal order. The Guardsmen then send their Melt-A-Gun forward with a move and a dash. He is concealed, staying in cover, but the Icon Bearer is able to move and dash and get line of sight to him. He fires with his bolt gun, hitting 3 times with tainted rounds. Saves are taken needing 5s, and it's not enough, and the Melta will be taken down. Tainted rounds on that bolt gun causing an extra 1 point of damage. The Guardsmen then elect to send their hardened veteran into combat against the Shrivel Talon, but in a gotcha moment, we allow a reroll here because we did not know he gets the opportunity to attack first even when charged. That cost the Guard their final CP, but it's an awful roll. The Shrivel Talon parries his only hit and then obliterates the hardened veteran. So with a big swing in action, Legionary forces then activate, sending their gunner forward, staying concealed, so the sniper can't get a shot at him. A Trooper veteran then activates, executing a fallback maneuver. He will be flipping up to a conceal order. With no overwatch opportunities, the medic is going to move forward. Staying concealed, he is going to heal 2d3 onto the veteran trooper. That will give him 2 wounds back, and we will continue with the veteran guardsman as there are no overwatch opportunities. The flamer uses a move and a dash to get into position. The sniper and spotter are both going to move up as they have no eligible targets staying concealed. The sergeant is going to reposition as well, and turn 2 is going to come to a close. With no secondaries achieved, the Legionary score 2 on the primary, while the veteran guardsmen do score 1. A big swing in events there as the guardsmen tried to push up the right flank but were thwarted by the icon bearer. The Shriveled Talon really showed what he could do in combat as well. Priority rolls go over to the Legionaries for turn 3. Take aim and clear the line played for the Guardsman. Mutagenic Flesh and Hateful Assault played by the Legionary. And we dive right into that first assault where the Butcher is rolling up against the Gunner. Immediately takes him out of action. The Butcher then turns and charges into a veteran trooper, getting rerolls for that charge, and he's going to make short work of this Guardsman as well. Just 1 critical is enough to take him out of action. The strategic ploy, Hateful Assault, allowing him to fight twice in this turn. Back over for the Guardsman, the Sergeant is going to flip to an engage order, looking to rally his men, lead them forward. He overcharges his plasma gun as he moves into a firing range. He rerolls 1s for take aim. The normal will be blocked with AP2, but the Legionary remains, taking a critical and some mortal wounds worth 8 damage. The Gunner, injured, flips to an engage order and fires his melt-a-gun into the Flamer. The mortal wounds alone are enough to take out the Flamer. The Gunner will then use his second action to reposition, trying to stay out of line of sight from the spotter and sniper. A Trooper Veteran then activates, retains 1 for clear the line. That is his only hit, however. The Shriveled Talon will attack first. He parries the Guardsman and then annihilates him. Legionary forces then activate the Shriveled Talon, and he moves into a charge with the Medic. The Medic will retain 1 hit automatically, and while he does roll pretty well, he can't block out the criticals. With lethal 5, the Shriveled Talon takes him out. With his third action, he fires his bolt pistol into the Sergeant, but misses on everything. The Sniper watches the Shriveled Talon free up, aims his sniper rifle, and fires, needing 2s to hit. He rerolls 1s for take aim, and they finally get enough damage to take the Shriveled Talon down. The Shriveled Talon still managed to take out 3 fighters on 1 wound. On the other flank, the Icon Bearer switches to a conceal, uses a move, a dash, and a pass as he moves forward. The Comms Veteran activates, gets into a firing position against the Butcher. He only hit once though, and the shot was blocked. The Chosen will pass as he continues to overlook the center objective in cover. The Spotter will then activate and use a move. He will then fire his last gun into the Legionary Gunner. With 2 hits and 1 being retained for cover, the shots are deflected. As turn 3 wraps up, the Guardsmen will score 1, while the Legionary score 2 on the primary. Legionary forces will score 1 on the secondary as well for Rob and Ransack. Into the last turning point, Take Aim, Mutagenic Flesh, and Implacable are played. Implacable allows the Legionary forces to not act as injured, and the Gunner is going to fire his melt-a-gun into the Sergeant. Once again, a great roll with a lot of criticals, and the Sergeant has no hope to defend it. The Gunner will then use this opportunity to charge, and he will get into engagement range with the Spotter. The Gunner has a critical out there and will hit him for 4. A good roll from the Guardsman as well. He strikes back. And a critical of his own will take the Legionary down to 1. The Gunner strikes him again for his remaining 3 hit points, and the Spotter is taken out of action. And the story in this game appears to be written for the veteran Guardsman. The comm specialist is going to move and give an APL to the sniper. The butcher is going to move and dash to block the center objective. The trooper fires down at him, lands one hit, but it will be blocked. The icon bearer is going to move forward to objective 2 with a move and a dash. He will then claim that objective. The sniper then targets the gunner with 1 wound remaining and takes him out of action. And that brings our game to a close as Legionary forces score 3 on the primary in that final turn. Guardsmen do not score any points. The Legionary forces were able to score that final point for rob and ransack. The final score in this one will be 10-3 in favor of the Legionary, and they will improve their record to 1-1. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this battle report. Again, all of our battle reports are not competitive, they are just for fun. Also, a big thank you to the Supporters Club. Your names are on the screen now. It's by no means necessary. If you've watched the video this far, you've done more than enough to support our channel, so thank you so much. There will be links down in the description, so be sure to check those out when you're done, and we will see you in the next one. Take care.